Welcome to Useless Agent, your safe space from stupidity and the magazine scary clown show. You are all fair game in the eyes of the wicked, and we see you. Here we go.
Uncle Ray! Oh shit, motherfucker!
Kenny Rogers!
No! We saw you again!
The greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even have to take care of ourselves yet. We gotta learn how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drifts, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles. Hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets, asteroids, and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages.
Hey, Jay-Z. Alrighty. Alright, how's it going, my beautiful peoples? Sorry, let me fix my microphone. I was recording some music yesterday. If you guys hadn't noticed, I fixed up the intro for you guys. Basically, I had stated this before, but in case you guys didn't hear me last time or didn't catch that episode, the reason why we had to change our whole intro was simply because of the copyright. Now, we had issues with I originally used to use Primus and so we used to use Primus and Cake. Those were two of my favorite groups to use because, I don't know, there's just certain bands that put you in a good mood. And for me, that was always Green Day, Blink, Primus, and, Cake's Comfort Eagle was probably one of my favorite albums to just jam, like not even jam to. It wasn't something to like bang your head to. It was just something to like, I don't know, it's something to walk with, For me, it's all about finding some good music to walk to. I do a lot of walking. So, excuse me. I do a lot of walking. So I like music that can follow my footstep, and Green Day is really good for that. Green Day, especially during their Nimrod years in '97, they really knew how to make songs that were perfect in my steps. Like the fluidity of the song and the actual beat to it was the same timing as my footsteps. So while putting in, a new theme song because I didn't want to deal with the copyright, when we did September 11th, when we did the 11 days of September 11th leading into 9/11, we used Green Day's Wake Me Up When September Ends, and we wanted to do it for the whole month, but I mean, we were getting struck down with so many copyright issues that it made it not worth it. I mean, if you guys can't see the show, then what fucking good is it to even make the show? I try to get as many people. Yeah, it's about to get sexy in here. I try to get as many people on board as possible. To have fun with this shit. Remember, the original intention of this show was to have the chat box and let the audience decide what we talk about. And, one by one, I kept getting canceled on, and other guys just weren't comfortable with being in front of a camera. A lot of them wanted to do it under an avatar, and I said, no, you got to have your face out there. And I wanted to do it once a week do it at the library, and that way we would have a much bigger table and we can have more people. So I do plan on getting back to that at some point, but right now it's just not in the cards. So you're just stuck with me. All right. And, you know, un- you know, yeah, you're stuck with me. All right. Shut up. It's not a big deal. I'm awesome. All right. So let me just start off with something that has been running around the internet. And I noticed it. And of course, being a man, of course, I noticed it. So let's take a look. This picture right here is supposedly Ivanka. And let me just tell you, that's not Ivanka. Okay. The picture is super, super airbrushed. It's actually using a different person. And how can we tell? Well, just look at it. That's not her body type. That is not Ivanka's body type. Now, if it was, trust me, Donald would have never let her get married because he'd be too busy chasing her around the house. So this is not Ivanka Trump, all right? This is not Ivanka's ass. That is not Ivanka's camel toe, all right? It's her face clearly posted on someone else's body. Look at those, look at the pecs, look at the biceps, look at, look at those glutes. And you can definitely tell this is not a real picture, all right? Yes, it's a very sexy photo, and part of me kind of wished it was real, but I'm pretty sure that they just used the body of probably one of the WWE female wrestlers. They are not called divas anymore, all right? They wrestle now. But yeah, that picture has been going all over the place, and I don't know who I just offended by coming in and out, but whatever. Sorry. What did you think the show was about? And so, yeah, just don't fall for every goddamn photo you think looks cool, because again, Ivanka does not have pecs. She doesn't have those fucking giant Goldberg fucking I always forget delts. It just made no sense. So right away I was just like, God damn, there's no way she's that fine. She's pretty scrawny actually. And so when I found other photos, I found out that no, it's an AI generated photo. Okay, so please stop sending it to our YouTubes, our Facebooks, our Twitter account. We get it. We know it's fake, and we're not. I commented on it. Okay, I was gonna say we're not gonna comment it, but I did. So, all right, that's all the attention I want to give to that. Next, I want to give some attention up to Michael J. Knowles, a fucking guy that you have the same last name as Beyonce, and you somehow suck. Like, I would have made so many jokes about just being related to her. So let's watch his video on. He's basically going to make fun of chakras and basically everything that spiritual essence would stand for, and making a mockery of the crystals. And although it's not my thing, I respect those that are really into it, as long as, because honestly, mind over matter is real. Your mind is so goddamn powerful, it can heal you if it does the right job. If you believe in anything enough, it'll work. The adrenaline rushes that women get and they lift a car to save their kids. The amazing strength that people get out of nowhere. They don't know how they could have done it, but they do it. Everyone will tell you, that's God giving you that extra strength. Well, no, it's really just your focus is so bent, or your focus is so intensified to one thing that you're using all of your potential to protect that thing, save it, whatever you're trying to do. So, yeah, you'll realize, or you'll be capable of something that you thought was impossible. You're capable of what is incapable, you know? That's adrenaline, and that's your mind. That's simply your mind saying, I need to get this out of my way. So, yeah, let's go ahead and read, or I'm sorry, let's go ahead and listen to this absolute moron, just for a moment, and then let's look into him, because this is amazing. All right, so this is Knowles. He is a very big piece of dog shit, as Jeff Goldblum would say. That's one big pile of shit. Now, he's gonna go ahead and talk shit about chakras. He's gonna talk shit about alternative medicine and all that. And then, you know what? I'm just going to play the video because they kind of make fun of it for me, and the Damage Report does a really good job on this one. So let me go ahead and jump out.
Have a natural inclination toward the religious. And when they don't practice true religion, which is a habit of virtue that inclines the will to give God what he deserves, when you don't follow theology, which is faith-seeking understanding, applying logic and reason to our intuitions of God,
That's the opposite.
and our longing for God, then you become the most superstitious person in the world. And you do the crystals and the horoscopes and the astrology and the psychics and the vibes, man, and like the yoga and the feeling the chakras with the whatever. And you just go into all this kind of craziness.
Right. Okay. So that's craziness. The chakras and all that fun stuff. So that's the crazy stuff. But having a brain dead moron like that to say that crystals and believing in yourself and your own internal power is crazy talk, because if you want power, you need to go to the imaginary magical wizard in the sky that's going to grant us wishes, of course. I mean, duh, it's just common sense. Like, it's just, reality. Do you realize how fucking ridiculous that sounds? I mean, am I the only one that hears that? How am I going to light my cigarette with a mouse? Sorry, guys. I almost used my mouse to light my cigarette. See? We all do stupid shit. But we don't stay that goddamn stupid. Now, this goddamn moron. Let's listen to that again. Because he just talks about something, he just talks about alternative medicine like it's so crazy, when he just said that, the theology that they believe. What do you think your religion is? It's another form of theology, you fucking moron, hypocrite, fucking double standard asshole.
Because people have a natural inclination toward the religious, and when they don't,
no, it's not towards the religious. People have a natural inclination to want to believe in anything else that's more powerful than them. Is that necessarily religious? Not really. I would say more ideological. So people just want some sort of any kind of reassuring factor that they are taken care of, and that somebody cares about them, and that this life is worth more than just what we do every day. And I totally understand that. I'm perfectly fine living a life in an empty ass world because I'm used to it. But some people, like this asshole, are trivializing one person's theology over his theology because his is just so goddamn much more sensible that it can't be compared.
Don't practice true religion, which is a habit of virtue that inclines the will to give God what he deserves, when you don't follow theology, which is faith seeking understanding, applying.
How is faith seeking the same as understanding? That's not. It's not. To understand life is to live it and to experience it and to be a part of it. To join a theological group and bring that form of esoteric, inclusivity, and you're now dividing people and pushing others away, which he just said, the whole point is to push the idea that God gets what God deserves. Again, there's so many interpretations, but when I finished reading the Bible, or at least, from what I could really gather out of all of it, there's so much very old language, but what I gathered of it was to be a good person and to love each other. And so if your religion is not based on peace, love, and respect for one another, then it's not a fucking religion worth having. And this type of guy is trying to use a religion that was supposed to be based on peace and love for hate and division. And that's exactly how wars start.
Logic and reason to our intuitions of God and our longing for God, then you become the most superstitious person in the world. And you do the crystals and the horoscopes and the astrology and the psychics and the vibes, man, and like the yoga and the feeling the chakras with the whatever. And you just go into all this kind of craziness.
Yeah, and then you get the like guy who chants a dead language and then turns wine into blood and like makes you eat a dead man's body. Like, oh wait, that wasn't the crazy kooky stuff. That is true
religion. And you say that, and that's hypocrisy 101. All right. Now, speaking of Michael Knowles, why is he such a goddamn tool? Why is he so fucking, douchey? And why does he have his head so far up his ass? He's starting a fight with another actress because, I don't know, he's a douchebag. And so let's go ahead and check out his wonderful IMDb page over here. Wow, okay, you did a picture with Jon Voight. Wow, you were in a Jon Voight movie. I'm pretty sure the average 25-year-old doesn't know who Jon Voight is. All right, so he was in The Savant, Hollyweird. He was in 4 fucking movies, and one of them is his own show. That doesn't count, all right? All right, so you were in 3 things. So you're a failed Hollywood actor that wants to use politics to give yourself a platform of attention. So you're going to bastardize other actresses and shit. I accidentally erased the video, so I'm not going back to find it. But the original part of that video on the Today's Damage Report, he is starting to fight with an actress because she's left-wing, I think. And again, people have this constant misconception that if you are anti-Trump, that means you are a Biden lover. No. You're a glib moron, all right? You're oversimplifying. Some of us cannot like somebody and really not like another. And when it comes down to voting, after voting for Biden, I don't feel great. I don't feel great at all. I felt really nothing. Turd sandwich and, the douche and all. That's all it was. Didn't feel great, all right? So it wasn't like, when we voted for Obama and it was like, wow, some real fucking some real change. At least we got our first black president. So that was awesome. That was a big deal. The only reason why I wanted to vote for Hillary was because I wanted my daughter to see that she can do anything she wants. And it broke my heart because I promised her at midnight I would wake her up and put her in front of the TV so she can see the first female president, to show that she can be anything she wants to be. And that was obviously not what happened. So I didn't wake my daughter up, and I remember her waking up the next morning going, "We didn't win, did we, Daddy?" And I said, "No, honey, sometimes we don't get what we want, okay? Sometimes we lose." And the best part about losing is that we get a little bit stronger and a little bit smarter. So now we know what to look for in other people. And so when, Bernie Sanders was the guy, and they did the Block Bernie campaign, my daughter was confused. "Wait, I thought you liked that lady." I was like, "No, honey, it's just sometimes we have to choose the best of two evils." And a bus driver said something so profound to me the other day as I left. He said, "How can we ever gain the best of both worlds when we're always choosing between the lesser of two evils?" And it's probably one of the smartest goddamn things I've ever heard. And so, when it comes to all this idiocy, Bobert is in a lot of trouble right now. Let's get into the main topic. Bobo is desperate for money right now because she is getting her ass handed to her in the upcoming election. She's now officially on the clock for one more year. She's already over 50 something and 0, I think 60 something 0. So she has, and 60 something. She has 0 wins, and just the losses pile up. I think it's like literally around worse than fucking Jim Jordan's worthless ass, being another guy that's 0 for 17 years. What the fuck? This is the guy. This is your guy. So let's take a look at this because it's extremely interesting at her competition and how well he's doing by simply making sense to the voters.
An unfortunate story. Take a look.
July 1st, 2021, we voted against more than $4 billion for Colorado's highways, bridges, rails, and broadband, and $8 billion to improve the water storage across the entire western part of the United States. On March 3rd, we voted against the Honoring Our Pact Act, which expanded VA healthcare benefits for veterans exposed to burn pits. On April 15th of 2021, you and your mentor, Marjorie Taylor Greene, were the only two out of 435 members of the House to vote against funding for leukemia research. And even as we vote against these laws that help our district, you are 0 for 39 in getting your own bills out of committee, let alone any signed into laws. I'm curious, Congresswoman, are you failing because you don't care, because you can't do the job, or because you can't tell the difference between right or wrong? Is your argument for re-election that you will spend the next term the same as your first, thus batting 0 for 78 when it comes to passing laws? Or will you remain focused on your Twitter account and how many cable news interviews you can do from Florida or Texas? You're not showing up, you're shooting blanks when it comes to protecting the citizens and the communities of our district. At the end of the day, this race boils down to one thing: competency. Who do you want representing your family, your business, and your community in the halls of Congress? I'm Adam Frisch. I'm building a bipartisan, pragmatic, pro-normal party coalition. I'm here to ask for your vote in November because serious times demand serious leadership.
That was beautiful. And the idea to say pro-normal. Yes, we need to get to pro-normal. All right, fuck that. We need pro-normalcy, some form of normality. We need to get back to, not fucking fist fighting in the House of Representatives. I was saying earlier on Twitter that I'm not calling it X. On Twitter, I made a statement about how ridiculous it is that you're trying so hard for these failures, these absolute failures. And that the House of Representatives, you know, one of our most prestigious fucking institutions, has straight up turned into Second City because it's just a improv class now. We watched what's her name, Kathy Gates or whatever. She came out with a goddamn lasso in her hand, and I took a picture of it, put it up, and I said, "Wow, we've gone from having one of the most prestigious institutions like the House of Representatives to, I don't know, a Carrot Top prop night show at the Improv, now focused directly in the center of the House of Representatives." I mean, it is pathetic. What the fuck are you doing with props? Why are we doing props? Like when we saw McCarthy making fun of Sean Spicer and she had the props, it was hilarious because we got it. But it was satire. Now you're turning satire into just life, and that is a scary place to be. So Adam Frisch is doing a great job and is building so much of a campaign when it comes to the money that he's ready to destroy her at any moment. And we're so ready for this that they're bringing in another Republican to possibly be the candidate, but they know damn well that it's going to show that weakness and it's going to divide the vote. So if you end up dividing that vote and now you got a complete stranger against a guy who's been running, now he's definitely going to win. So who do you choose? The incumbent moron or some other loser who's probably going to lose? So you might as well save your money, because adding another candidate for a Republican side is just going to confuse people and they're just going to get angry. You might as well stick with what you got, because you spent so many years covering this stupid bitch. People will end up clicking on her, ballot, putting in her name in the ballot just because they knew at least know her name. That's sick, but that's sometimes how people vote. And it's turning into a popularity contest. When you have CNN interviewing politicians saying, why would you want to represent Jim Jordan, who has never passed a bill in his life? And they all just say, he's extremely popular. And the Alien Super Show even said, this is not Prom King. This is literally not Prom King. We're not doing this. This is about a president. And Vivek here doesn't even have the qualifications to run a Kinko's, let alone the entire country. But again, remember, he's got new legs. That's literally his argument. He's got legs. Makes me think of baby legs and regular legs on Rick and Morty. All right, go ahead and talk, baby legs.
BBC host Mehdi Hassan did when he hosted the GOP candidate on his show, in which he was equipped with the candidate's words and his receipts.
You accepted a Paul and Daisy Soros scholarship at law school that was specifically set up for the children of immigrants. It was an affirmative action scholarship, and your defense for that is that you didn't have the money to pay for law school, even though you'd already made over $1 million at the time and made another $2 million.
My defense of that is somebody gives you a merit scholarship at the age of 24, you take it. At the age of 24, somebody gives you a merit scholarship, you take it. I didn't say I didn't have the money.
When I was going to law school in my mid-20s, in my early 20s, when I didn't have the money and it was a merit scholarship.
I had a lot less money than now. $50,000
you said exactly, I didn't have the money, Vivek. You keep forgetting your quote. You said, when I didn't have the money.
And we're seeing quite the trend here. Number one, an inability to take ownership over things.
Okay. What the fuck? It's still going. It's still going. All right. So that's fucking hilarious. I love that guy. He always manages to get. That's what we need. We need fact checks in real time, because Ramaswamy is phenomenal for just being an auction talker. You know, he speaks so fast that you miss the lies and the misrepresentations. So I really, you know, pay attention when I'm dealing with a fast talker. Now, in most cases, a fast talker is usually a carny. So if you're voting for a guy that his best quality is that he reminds you of a carny that gets you ripped off and makes you throw a ball into Jennifer Love Hewitt's mouth and it never fits, and then you got to call shenanigans. God, old South Park reference. Sorry, probably didn't get it. All right. That's all I have for you today. As always, we live in a fucking psychotic world, but that doesn't mean we need to accept it. All right. Bobo wants Dodo because she's going to go. And she's about as useful and as fucking ancient as the dodo. So let's get her kicked out. Get in, Adam Fish. No more fucking Bobo the Clown. No more clown show. Marjorie, you're on your own. Gates, you're going to be missing the hot one. And you're going to have to stick with Eric Stoltz from fucking The Mask. Because the truth here is you got no shot. And honestly, this is not a time for us to be living in a media-based authoritarianship. It's bullshit. There's no real authoritarianism here, and we need to just get back to being America. And that means let's love each other and get back to goddamn work and just mind our own fucking business. All right? So stop believing everything you see online. Stop being a sheep. Be a fucking Rick. At least be a Morty. Just don't be a fucking Jerry. All right? We have enough Jerrys in this goddamn world. All right? Be safe. Be yourselves. And I will see you on the other side. Most of all, please stay cheesy, my friends.
Welcome to Useless Agent, your safe space from stupidity and the magazine Scary Clown Show. You are all fair game in the eyes of the wicked, and we see you. Here we go.
Uncle Ray! Oh shit, motherfucker!
I'm Kenny Rogers!
No! We suck again!
The greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even have to take care of ourselves yet. We gotta learn how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles. Hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets, asteroids, and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages.
Hey, Jay-Z.